What's up, guys? We are cruising. I think I'm gonna do a video on the car. Like I don't think I've ever done like a full overview, you know. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, so there it is. It's an '89 iroc Weld RTS S71s on it. That belongs on a 91 to 92 front end. It's the Chevy emblem on the front end. These cars, 89 had the Camaro, it said Camaro instead of the Chevy emblem, but I like it, so I put it on there. Let me shut it off because it's a little noisy. The turbo's still cruising. It's making noises. Alright, so let's start at the good stuff. The motor is an LS. It started out as a 6-liter out of a 2003 Chevy truck. It's an iron block. We put a stroker kit in it, Eagle crank, Eagle H-beam rods, Wiseco pistons, 4-inch stroke crank, so that makes it a 403 cubic inch, like 6.6 liters. It's got L92 heads on it, which are the same as LS3 heads. They're square port. I think the difference was the valves, but I changed these valves anyway. These are manly valves. It's a carburetor intake. When I had this set up in my other car, I had a white Camaro like this. Yeah, I ran it blow through, and it worked pretty good. I ended up getting into an accident, crashing that car, so I found this one as a roller. Real low miles. I think I checked the Carfax. It said 80-some thousand it had on it when I bought it. I thought it was more than that. The title transfer was in 2015, so I've had this quite a few years now. But yeah, so it's got the heads, intake. It's an Edelbrock throttle elbow. That's just a China throttle body. Just make sure you lock tight the bolts. But it's been working great for me. The turbo system was homemade by my brother Manny. Shout out to Manny and my brother Artie as well. They helped me out a lot. Doing everything on this car. But yeah, I bought a bunch of raw material, piping, flanges, V-bands, and he went at it with his saw, welder, and he made all this. He made the intake piping, the headers, the merge pipe, the exhaust. It's full 4-inch exhaust. Got a dump down here, electronic dump with a butterfly valve. You can see it under there. And yeah, the turbo is an old, it's like 20 years old now. It's a 88 millimeter T6, but yeah, it's called the Y2K. Yeah, it's literally 20 years old. It does all right. I mean, it made 1,000 to the wheels before with that turbo. It's 88 millimeter compressor with a 89 on the exducer of the turbine and a 96 millimeter on the inducer. So it's a 96-89 turbine with an 88 millimeter compressor. The intercooler is under here. It's in there with some fans too, pusher fans. But that's a Treadstone intercooler. You can see it in there too. Treadstone intercooler. I think it's a 26 wide by 9 high by 3.5 inch core. They rated it 1,300, but they could be lying. Who knows? The brakes I did Willwood 13-inch rotors, 6-piston. Rear brakes are just LT1, I think. This is a strange 12-bolt rear. 33 spline axles. I think those are the LT1 brakes. It's a 4th gen with rear. Yeah, there's that. There's this. What else? The trans is a T56 Magnum. the original T56 Magnum. They make a couple variants now. They have the Magnum F and the XL. The XL is just longer shifter location, and the F is for F body. It's designed to fit in a car like this or 4th gen. It'll put the shifter in the right spot, same drive shaft length. This one we had to modify a lot to put in it. We had to shorten the torque arm, shorten the drive shaft, move the cross member. Yeah, it was fun. Engine management. It's on Holley Terminator right now. I'm running a flex fuel setup. I got the sensor under there. So the flex fuel is nice. You can run E85 or 93. It automatically adjusts the tune. It's pretty cool. The Holley works good. This is the electronic boost controller here. I hooked that up. The Holley's controlling that now. Once I get a couple more sensors, if I get like speed sensor, which I can get from this trans, I can do like boost by mile per hour, stuff like that. Strange 12 bolt. The exhaust on this car is a Borla 4th gen axle back. It's the one that came with those adjustable plate holes to adjust how loud it was. And basically what I did was I just put an exhaust cutout where those plates go. So now I have a fully adjustable cap back. As far as like when it's fully closed, it's really quiet. So you can drive on the highway, listen to music, come home late, don't wake the neighbors, stuff like that. But it's nice with it's very streetable. You know, it's quiet. It's got a huge overdrive. It gets almost 20 miles per gallon on the highway. I drive it to Maryland. Here's the exhaust. It's 4-inch. Got the dump here. It's 4-inch all the way underneath the car, all the way over the rear, and then it splits into 2 3-inch, and that's where one pipe goes into the muffler, the other one goes into the tailpipe with the butterfly valve on it, so I can control how much goes through the muffler. But yeah, that's the interior. I found this car for sale on Facebook. It was down in Virginia. It didn't have a hood. Yeah, the block was in it, so was the trans, but there was no heads. It was all rusty. The motor was out in the rain. But I got it for a steal. You wanted $1,500? I paid $1,000 for this car. I had it shipped up here for it was less than $400. But the car was in great shape. Like, this seat's obviously very rough, but it's a shame because the rest of them are fine. There's a little mark on that one, but they're great seats, great interior. The carpet is shot, it's faded. But I looked into getting them redone, and the problem is you can't get this fabric. You can get the all fabric or all leather, but this mix was pretty rare. I've only seen like 3 cars with it that have this leather and fabric mixed in real life. I've seen them in magazines and stuff, but so yeah, I'm trying to debate whether I should do. There's a company that can do it. It's custom, but it'll look factory original. Or I'm up in the air if I want to do some like leather and Alcantara or something custom. So I don't know yet, but let's get in it. All right, the white gauges. Those are just factory gauges with these vinyl overlays that they sell on eBay. Just search freaking Camaro overlay, vinyl overlay, white overlay, and they come up. And I did an okay job. I think you can see an air bubble there, but yeah, you just spray soapy water and squeegee them on, and they peel off if you ever want to take them off, I guess. And I got 3 gauges here, which honestly I don't even need anymore because everything's displayed on the Terminator. But yeah, I got boost, air fuel ratio, and this is exhaust gas temperature. And then see over here, it's a stock radio. It's not the original radio, but I think I have the original radio. This car came with Bose. The Bose stereo gave you speakers in the kick panels down there, and then speakers in the back trunk. I'll show you back here. Speakers in the back trunk, and it was a desirable option back then. Like, see, there's the speaker. It was a desirable option back then, and I mean, it sounded alright for the 80s, I guess. But I also have in here is a 10-inch bass tube, and there's my dash 10 fuel line. I'll go over to pumps and stuff, but yeah, 10-inch tube. And then what I did also was I added, if you didn't have the Bose, you had speakers in the front here, over there, and then in the B pillar. But the Bose stereo didn't come with those, so I added those. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 speakers stereo, you know. So, and then what I did with it was I added Bluetooth. That's what this guy is down here. This is the audio jack. Comes from, it's basically an FM transmitter that plugs into the back of your antenna port on the radio, basically a T. So one goes to the antenna, and then you plug that in, and then it gives you a audio signal off of that right here. And then this is just a Bluetooth module. Plug this guy in. They make smaller ones, but this one's got a microphone, so it's hands-free. You know, you can talk hands-free as well. And yeah, and then you plug it in, and you just put it on the certain radio station, like 87.9, and bam, you got Bluetooth. And it's not bad because I was worried about static. You know, those other ones tend to be static. This is pretty good because it's a wired-in connection, and it's not just through the actual radio airwaves, you know. So that works. And I also got the tablet here. My tablet. It's just an Android tablet. It's kind of cool to have in here. Like, I have a hotspot on my phone, so it does all kinds of shit. I got TV apps, YouTube, LiveNet TV, Prime Video, you know, and then I got my music, I got my navigation on here. Anything you can do with a tablet, you got on there. As long as you have a hotspot, there you go. If your passenger's bored, here, watch a movie, whatever. But yeah, that works out good. I like it. If it was a Windows tablet, I could probably do. I could tune the Terminator with it. You would basically need a stylus, and just the shit gets really small it's a 10-inch screen, but I probably could do that if I wanted to. But the Terminator does a lot already, straight from this little handheld jobby that mounts there. And, you know, it's a monitor. I see all kinds of shit I need to see. There's 3 pages of these. And then you can data log from here. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with this. But, yeah, the Terminator works great. I can't say enough about it. It's awesome. It's not self-learning, self-tuning, self-learning. See, it has this learn right here. And what that does is it's saying it's 2% off from what you have programmed to be an air-fuel ratio in that area. There's a table, so a different RPM, different loads. You can have different air-fuel ratios. And it's going to correct to that air-fuel ratio. And that's what it does. It'll plot that on a point, on a table, excuse me. It'll plot what it's doing on a table, and then you can transfer that table to the base fuel table. And here's the closed loop compensation. That's what that means. The learn is stuff that it records on the table, but it's compensating 100% of the time. You can turn that down. You can adjust that to 100%, 50%, 25%, whatever you want. But I have it at 100%. That way, if anything ever goes horribly wrong, like I lose a fuel pump or something, it'll compensate. It'll do what it can to try and maintain that target air-fuel ratio. So, yeah, I paid it's $1,000 new. If you don't need trans control, I paid $700 from a guy used. It's awesome. Oh, I got this here too. This is my little button. Basically, you can Velcro it. It's just a little Velcro button. You Velcro it to your steering wheel when you go racing. This is my 2-step. I also want to try and integrate my scramble button to that. So if I'm ever falling behind or losing a race or something, I can just hit that button and have it programmed to give me 5-10 pounds of boost, whatever, you know. So yeah, I can do that with the Holly, you know. The Holly works really good. But other than that, I think that's it. Yeah, there's the old girl. I'm gonna put the other wheels on it soon. shit, I forgot about the fuel pumps. Yeah, I showed you guys the dash 10 line coming out by the speaker in there. Yeah, I have dash 10 under the car, dash 10 feed and return. I think that's like 5/8 or 3/4 inch. And I have 3 pumps in the stock fuel tank. And basically we cut an access hole on the back of it. There's a square with a mount that holds 3 fuel pumps in there. I have 250s, 2 450s, and a 255. And the way I have it set up is the 255 is run by the Holly. You just turn it on. When you turn the key on, that pump kicks on. And then I have the other 2 pumps on this is a Hobbs switch. It's an adjustable one. And it's basically a boost switch. I have it set so when it hits like 2 pounds, kicks those other fuel pumps on. And yeah, it's 2 450s will get you close to 1,000 on E85, so it's got plenty of fuel. There's the regulator back here. It's an aeromotive regulator. I got that from my buddy. But yeah, that's the fuel system. Alright, I think that's it. I just wanted to show you guys, get more details, you know. If I forgot anything or whatever, comment below. Let me know. If you have any questions or if I missed anything, I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright guys, I think that's it. I just wanted to do, a video on the car. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later.